Yep. Hello there, everybody. And so I'm noticing there's this really strong decomposition smell, and I'm gonna dig into that a little bit more for those that can't really break that down. So when an animal or a human dies, the gases such as methane, carbon monoxide, etc., are formed in the body during the early stages of decay. Now you have, of course, decay. Then you have advanced decay. Then you have bloating, or what they call purge. And then you have just the dry skin and the bones, which is the process now. Right now, oh yeah, that's pretty strong. So based off of the smell, because you basically smell with your olfactory bulb, which is inside of your nose and your sinuses, also attached to the cilia, which is the microscopic hairs within your nose to help you pick up scent. Now the olfactory bulb is where you actually gather the scent. I don't know if it's here or here, but it's somewhere within your nasal cavity, and that helps you detect smell. Now, what I was just smelling just now is either a deer or a rabbit, but because it's warm out here, I don't really talk too much about decomposition, so I figured I'd cover it a little bit more today. Now, what happens is, like with whales, touch back on that, they are actually more dangerous because they build up more carbon monoxide and more methane, which is basically from the acids and the cells breaking down. It releases the gases and the air within the body. So over time, the body begins to bloat, as I said before, which they gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And due to trapped air, the orifices or the opening of an animal, whether it be the anus, the nostrils, or the mouth, the gas will be expelled. Or if there is a puncture, then it can be expelled like that, which is actually dangerous to humans, because what it does is it goes in your nostrils, down into your lungs, through the bronchioles, which is the tube-like airways, and it constricts your breathing. Now, they call this asphyxiation, which is the same thing as you're suffocating, meaning you're choking. You can't breathe, you can't get any oxygen. So if you're near a dead carcass, I would advise do not get too close. Observe from a distance, and you can usually tell the stages. Like if it's really bad smell, it's usually advanced decay, meaning the gases are already forming, the body is opening up through little slits, the skin is getting softer, the maggots, the flies have already laid their offspring in and began chowing down. It's actually a natural process, which is needed for the earth and the minerals and stuff like that. So that's actually natural. So yeah, I just wanted to further cover decomposition animal-wise, but that same thing applies for humans. Now, early signs of decay, you may see some discoloration on the skin or the animal. The fur may fall off during the second stage or probably the third stage. But bloating, the oils come out, the methane comes out, which is also flammable. Okay, it's also flammable. Highly flammable, I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that. But I do know that it's flammable. Now, that being said, when you smell this, as I said before, you might not want to get too close, because I've done that personally, and it's not pleasant. So, but it is interesting, don't get me wrong, it is interesting. Also, the entrails, which are the insides of the animal or human, break down as well. The fecal matter, or I should say feces, speaking biological terms, or scat as well, is the same thing. You'll begin to smell, or you can actually see. And then, yeah, the last stage is just dry bone. Dry bone, fur, skeletonized, as they say. But yeah, so that's a little bit more on decomposition than I typically talk about. And I figured I'd just cover that because I had smelled it, and I've been smelling it for a couple weeks now. So I know that carcass, or whatever animal, isn't fresh. It's been dead for a while. So yeah, then the flesh-eating beetles, which are attracted to the methane, or the carbon monoxide, they come and they feast on it. I forgot the name of those beetles, but they look like bumblebees. They're black and yellow, and they're small. I talked about it in one of my videos, so You guys can just go back and tap into one of my decomposition vids. But I didn't talk too much about it up until now. So, yeah. Oh, there's a fox. Oh, it's a baby. But yeah, have a great day, guys.